Video 16, metabolic markers that everybody should know about, but many don't. Many people have no idea how their metabolism is actually functioning, but there are 4 simple markers that tell us a lot. When we talk about metabolic health, what we're really talking about is how efficiently the body produces and uses energy. There are 4 markers that we look at in labs that give us a huge amount of insight into that process. First of all is fasting insulin. This is one of the earliest indicators of metabolic dysfunction, and yet it is one of the most overlooked and under-tested. You rarely see a general practitioner ever order a fasting insulin. We don't test it routinely. However, elevated fasting insulin shows up as early as a decade before diabetes sets in. The second marker is triglycerides. High triglycerides often signal excess sugar intake and poor metabolic flexibility. So we think of cholesterol as being good or bad. That is not the case. Dietary cholesterol doesn't raise cholesterol levels. Let's just get that out of the way. However, triglycerides can be elevated by excess carbohydrate in the diet and are caused by metabolic insufficiency. So high triglycerides are related to sugar, not fat at all. Number 3 is our HDL. HDL often gets called good cholesterol. Again, all cholesterol is good cholesterol except for those nasty triglycerides. However, a low HDL does indicate metabolic stress and inflammation because our body creates HDL as a response. And if our HDL creation is impaired, it tells us that there's a metabolic problem. Number 4 is waist circumference. This isn't a lab test, easy to do at home, incredibly important. Excess abdominal fat is strongly associated with metabolic dysfunction. The hip to waist ratio can tell us a lot about metabolic disease before it even happens. When we track these markers early, we often can catch metabolic issues years in advance, and that's why assessment does matter. But intelligent assessment. Don't just do the labs that your doctor tells you to do on an annual basis. Understand what they do and what they mean, and how to put that information into work for you. There's also a difference between normal labs and functionally optimal labs. And if you want to learn more, head on over to school because we have tons of information on that.